Sometimes against an armed robber, compliance is simply the best answer. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of Houston, Texas. Here we're going to see an armed robbery at a fast food restaurant that's going to teach us some important lessons about having proper security procedures in place to minimize your risks, also about the danger that multiple attackers cause for us, and about compliance being a viable tool if it's the best choice in the moment. Back door's open at this restaurant. Doesn't look like he's going out for anything. Maybe it's a smoke break or something, and these armed robbers are going to come in and use that because they've staked it out and seen that he does that. And we see two guys here, one with a handgun and one with a shotgun. Looks like a pistol grip to me. And they're going to push the employee up against the wall, and the guy's basically going to screw that shotgun right into his chest and just say, hey man, you're not going to mess with me. Thankfully, the guy's very compliant. He's like, hey man, I don't want any problems. And now we're going to see these bad guys that obviously know that there's a safe in here. That looks like an inside job to me at some level, though of course I don't know particularly. And this guy's still got the shotgun on him completely. Now they're going to bring the manager who can get into the safe, who is going to get into the safe for them as they're worried about other threats that are going on. And they're going to get inside there to steal the cash out of the safe. And these guys are going to be very cool, and the compliance in this particular case is going to work out okay for them. They're going to go back in there into the safe and get the money that they want. Once they have it, they are going to run out the door, and this one ends without anyone being hurt. Let's go back and learn just a couple lessons here. Number one, don't leave your back doors open, friends. Make sure that you understand what your threats are, because that guy covered that ground really fast. Now, might he have been able to get back in there and lock that door? Well, maybe it's possible, but I would rather you say, well, wait a minute, you know what? We need security to make sure that we aren't getting jumped here. He might have been using that trash dumpster or whatever, but it didn't look like it to me. Once they were in here, I think compliance was the right answer. If you don't have attitude, skills, and plan in place, boy, and in this particular case against two armed guys, one with a shotgun and one with a handgun. Now, I get it. Some folks would say here, well, you know, you can disarm him with that shotgun. And it's true, you can. You know, if you definitely have some significant skills here, disarming somebody with a long gun, if you had some really good empty-handed skills, isn't as hard as some people make it out to be. But you have a second armed person here, and if you get into a struggle with this first armed person, that's a great way to get shot by the second armed person. So I think that wouldn't have been maybe the right choice in this instance. Would have been very, very difficult because he had a buddy with him. Now, as we keep going on this one, again, he just got to look for his opportunity. If you were armed yourself, this wouldn't have been the opportunity in this moment because this guy's got his attention on you and a shotgun on you. But what we're going to see right here is if he did want to counter ambush, say the guy that was up against the wall had a firearm on him, you see the attention of both bad guys is away from you and they're both within a good line of fire. That would have been a great place to launch a counter ambush. I'm not saying he should have done that, but if he was armed and he had the ability to get shots on target quickly, that would have been the time to do it. If you keep looking for opportunities to counter ambush, we see another one here. Both of the bad guys occupied, both of the bad guys doing something else, nobody paying attention to you. That's a great time to launch a counter ambush. If you don't have the attitude, skills, and plan to launch a counter ambush, don't try to do so and improvise. Instead, compliance is probably your best bet here. In this case, it worked out well for them. But let's learn the lessons about security beforehand, about finding our opportunity ahead of time so that we don't place our safety in the hands of felons and instead we cover our asp.